I stand here with more gratitude than you can imagine. At the end of this month, it'll be 2 years since I've been in the United States Senate. And it was last October, 2 years ago, October, that I was sworn in on after a special election by the Vice President. And the very first conversations I had on the Senate floor about policy, moments after I swore my oath, were about this issue of criminal justice reform. I have a level of gratitude towards the Republicans that are behind me, more than you know. Senator Grassley especially. As you notice, all the speakers here are on the Judiciary Committee. I am not. But Senator Grassley has engaged with me from the very first months I was in the Senate on this issue, and especially in recent months, has talked with me, sat with me, found common ground with me, and allowed me to be a part of what I think is one of the more significant pieces of legislation I've seen in the Senate in years. I want to thank especially Senator Cornyn for doing the same, for validating my concerns, for dealing with my abundance of passion on this issue at times, and allowing, again, me to have a meaningful part of this legislation today. And I want to really thank the common ground I found with all the people on the stage, but especially my chairman, my ranking member, Senator Leahy, who has just been a tremendous source of wisdom and strength, and especially Dick Durbin, who has dealt with me in ways that I would be embarrassed to confess. Really, on some days I was very discouraged, disheartened about this place, told me this day would come if we stuck with it, and that's why I feel so good. Senator Schumer, the same. I just feel if it was appropriate, which I know it's not senatorial, I'd like to hug all the people behind me. I have to say that this bill is, for me, a moment where after decades of our country moving in the wrong direction, decades of seeing our federal prison population explode 800%, we have gotten our criminal justice system with this piece of legislation really moving in the right direction. This legislation represents a real step forward. It deals with a comprehensive level of reforms, from looking at sentencing, to thanks again to Cornyn and White House, dealing with important things happening when people are in prison, preparing people for them coming out of prison. It focuses in on our children who are too often forgotten in this discussions of criminal justice reform. It truly does bring to our American legal system justice, and it's making it more like an American justice system. We have a severe problem in our country. We are notable amongst humanity for being the most incarcerating nation on earth. It's a distinction no one should be proud of. We should not have 5% of the globe's population and about 25% of our prison population. The system is so broken that it is holding back our economy in ways people don't understand. If we hadn't had this explosion in incarceration during the years from the time I was in grade school to the Senate, we would actually have, according to one study, about a 20% lower poverty rate in our country. We are a nation now that has a criminal justice system that different people experience differently. The criminal justice system I knew growing up in a relatively affluent community in northern New Jersey, walking around the campus of Stanford University, is dramatically different than the justice system experienced by folks that live with me in Newark, New Jersey. And I'm frustrated that we live in a nation now that even though so much progress has been made on civil rights, that we now have more African Americans in the criminal justice system, probation, parole, in prison and jail than all the slaves since in 1850. And so today gives me hope. I return from the Senate every week and go back to Newark, New Jersey, an inner city that is similar to cities all across our country. The stories that we talk about and the people that will be affected are real to me because I see them every day I walk my streets. There are people that have been economically disempowered by the criminal justice system. There are people that have been separated from their families for unnecessary amounts of years. This bill will address much of that. This bill will make my neighborhood safer and stronger and better. It's a bill that delivers hope for many people around our country. If I had to give a final thank you, and again, an inappropriate desire to just hug them in gratitude, I just want to say there's a group of people that I didn't realize how important they were when I came to the United States Senate. But now I've gotten to know them a lot, either directly or from the daily and nightly stories from my staff that were involved in this negotiation. But there are some extraordinary staffers that really made this happen. People on both sides of the aisle who have so impressed me and represented those of us up here so well. Let it be known that this is happening today because of young men and women who work long hours for little pay, who were able to make what I think is one of the more important days in the United States Senate happen. Thank you.